Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over an article titled, Wait for the Guy Who Actually Gives an F About You. And guys, this article is written by a woman who's obviously been burned by the bad boys one too many times. And now she's going on this big rant telling women to essentially go for the nice guy because the bad boys are scum and you shouldn't put up with it, you don't deserve that, blah blah blah, and you should go for the types of guys that do all these things which you're going to see classic nice guys do. And I'm doing this, guys, as yet another example to show you, to really help hit home what I've been telling you all along, is that most women do not understand what they respond to or what they're attracted to emotionally, okay? How many times have you guys, and I'm sure plenty of you have been experienced this, where you've heard women say how they want guys to treat them a certain way, to always to return their calls, to return their text, to tell them how they feel, to show them how they feel, to actually show up on time for a date, all these genuinely considerate things. And guys do these things, and they end up getting friend-zoned, and the girl goes out with a guy who doesn't do any of this stuff, right? So I've been telling you from day one, never take dating, relationship, pickup, any type of advice when it comes to picking up or getting women from women, because it's not going to go well. And I used to make the mistake when I was younger, and I learned the hard way every single time. And I'm sure plenty of you guys have experienced this. And it's always interesting how you'll have situations where it's this cycle, where you'll have the woman who gets burned enough times by the bad boys till eventually she gives the nice guy a shot, right? The classic vanilla nice guy. She starts dating that guy. She thinks everything's great because, he actually returns my calls or actually shows that he cares and does all that. But after a while, she starts to get bored, okay? And more bored, and eventually either friend zones the guy or cheats on him with the type of guy who isn't anything like this guy, but the type of guy that she says that she doesn't want anything to do with, the bad boy. How many times have you guys have known people that that's happened to, or it's happened to you, right? So I'm going to go through this, guys. I'm going to go through her little rant here, pick it apart, and just show you once again, women don't know what they mostly respond to, and this whole cycle that goes about. This is why it's been for a long time, I don't ever feel bad for women when they complain about how the guy mistreats them and blah blah blah. It's like women can pick a bad boy out a mile away. Okay, they're drawn to them. So beyond a certain age, when women ought to know better, I don't want to hear complaining, not at all. So I'm going to jump right into it. Again, the title is "Wait for the Guy Who Actually Gives an F About You." Starts off, wait for the guy who actually gives an F about you, who calls you when he says he will and explain why when he doesn't, who shows the F up. Wait for the one who's always there when you say that you need him, who doesn't just say that he cares but truly shows his sentiment through his actions. Okay, so let's break this down. She says, who calls when he says he will and explains why he doesn't. Translation, predictable. She's saying go for the guy that's going to be predictable. How many times have you heard women say all the time they love a guy that's unpredictable? Nice guys are predictable. Bad boys are unpredictable. So right there, she's telling you guys to be predictable. Wrong. Next one. Wait for the one who's always there when you need him. Translation: to have a guy that can pretty much be at my beck and call and come there when I snap my fingers. Again, how many women are really attracted and drawn to guys that they can have at their beck and call? Nice guys who think they got a prize act that way, and what happens to them? Another one, who doesn't just say that he cares but truly shows his sentiment through his actions. Of course, people want someone that shows they care, but the problem is that women, if you give women too much certainty in a relationship or any kind of scenario, it turns them off. Women hate uncertainty. They absolutely do, but yet strangely they're attracted to it. So the guys that they always have to wonder they have to wonder if the guy actually likes them, how much he likes them, that type of thing, where they always have to wonder, they're more drawn to that guy. So by her telling, through this article, basically the women or the guys that might read this, to show how much you care and all that, that's just telling you to act to give her certainty. And that doesn't turn them on. It turns them off. They get bored. So 3 examples right there. Continues. Be with the guy who listens to what you have to say completely and carefully, who doesn't jump to conclusions, who is patient, understanding, and considerate. Invest your time in a man who treats you fairly and who never makes you question how he feels. or where you two stand, who is consistent, who respects your time, space, and feelings. Okay, so about the who is patient, understanding, and considerate. Patient, understanding, and considerate of what exactly? Are you a drama queen? Do you bring a lot of drama to the relationship, and you want him to be patient and just let you do your thing? Nice guys they practice appeasement, and they're going to put up with that crap. Bad boys, or just guys that value themselves, they're not going to tolerate any drama or BS she may bring to the relationship if that's what she means. They walk away. And again, the guys that put up with stuff, are they respected? No. Another thing she says here, again, never makes you question how he feels or where the two of you stand. And yet women are drawn to and attracted to guys that they don't know where they stand with. See? She doesn't get it. She says, who is consistent, who respects your time, space, and feelings. Consistent. Guys that are consistent are seen as boring. Okay? Now, of course, she's obviously been burned a lot of times. Now she wants the nice guy. And that'll be great for a little while until it gets boring. And all of a sudden, his consistency, it'll get old real quick, and she'll seek out a guy that doesn't do that. Goes on, wait for the guy who actually gives an F about you. The guy who actually gives an F about you, who won't only text you at 2 a.m. when he's lonely and it's convenient. Who won't use you to boost his ego. He won't make you question your worth through unanswered messages and mixed signals. Again, the guy that's unpredictable, who she never knows where she stands with, can't have her way with. He will, however, repeatedly find ways to let you know he's there, he cares about you, and he's yours. Again, she wants to say, I want a guy that's going to give me certainty. And yet, they're attracted to guys, really attracted and drawn to the guys that give them uncertainty. Guys, I didn't make women. Okay, some people will watch this and say I'm basically saying it's okay to behave in a negative way and all that. But look, it would be great if we lived in a perfect world. Guys could do all the things that she says right here that she says she thinks she wants her guy to do, and that good treatment will be reciprocated, and she would treat him back equally in terms of affection, love, and all that. But that's in La La Land. In real life, reality. When guys do all this stuff, they don't get treated in any way, shape, or form like the guys that don't do this stuff. Okay, I've been on this. I've lived long enough. I've experienced plenty, and I know this is a fact. And plenty of you guys already do. It says the man who gives an F about you will go out of his way to keep you. He won't risk losing you over petty arguments or misunderstandings. Petty arguments or misunderstandings. Who's starting the petty arguments? Who's starting the misunderstandings? Sounds like somebody likes to start drama. A bad boy or a guy that has value and options with women, he's going to walk away when she starts the drama and petty arguments. The nice guy is going to stay there and put up with it. And no woman is going to love or be attracted to a guy she doesn't respect. And if a guy she starts a bunch of drama and he just basically puts his head down and just takes it, she's not going to respect him. Again, doesn't know what they're attracted to, doesn't know what they emotionally respond to. He'll communicate effectively and openly. He'll tell you how he feels and what he thinks. Back to that again. He also won't be afraid to disagree with you, but he will fight with you in a way that is productive and healthy. Right there. Nice guys aren't going to disagree with you. The nice guy who sees you as the prize is generally not going to disagree with you. And he most certainly won't fight with you because he'll be afraid to rock the boat. He'll be afraid that if he disagrees with you or gets into an argument or a fight with you, whatever you want to call it, that he could lose you. Nice guys don't do that. Guys that value themselves, or the bad boys who don't give a crap either way, they'll do that. Hence, giving drama, excitement. See what I mean? She says, don't settle for a boy who looks great on paper, but treats you like shit. Great on paper. Does that mean the sixes? 6 feet tall, 6-figure income, 6-pack, 6+ down there, maybe a master's degree, speaks a second language. Good on paper, but treats you like crap. Well, we know how it works. Don't allow yourself to be fooled by a boy who makes your heart his plaything, tossing and battling it around rather than holding and cherishing it like the all once fragile and strong beating force of nature that it is. Translation: don't go for the guy that gives you butterflies in your stomach and makes you wonder about him and all that. Guess what? Nice guys don't give women butterflies in their stomachs and doesn't have them question things. and wonder. Because the cold hard truth is, if he doesn't give a F about you, it's because he doesn't. Well, that's one truthful thing she's saying. If he doesn't do that, then he really doesn't. And yeah, he generally doesn't. But it doesn't matter, because they're still going to chase that guy. If he ignores your text, if he makes you feel like a booty call, if he just kind of acts like an a-hole, it's because he doesn't care. It's either he doesn't care, or he's been through enough bad experiences that he was once a nice guy that was burned so many times and learned, and now he's behaving differently. And where do you think he learned that behavior from? By being burned by women. He's not trying to figure himself out and how he feels. Indecision is a decision. Treating someone like crap is a conscious choice. And please understand that this is not a reflection of you by any means, not at all. She's addressing women through this article. But if you are sensing he doesn't care, if he's repeatedly showing you that he could take you or leave you, why would you spend any of your precious time trying to prove him that you should care? Because women love chasing a man's validation. Okay? There's this movie out there, I mentioned this before, called My Best Friend's Girl. It came out, 2008, 2009 with the actor, comedian Dane Cook. And in this movie, he played a guy whose side job was he'd get hired by guys that were dumped by their girlfriends. And he was really smooth with women, and he'd go meet them somewhere, and he would get their number and go out on a date with them and give them the most god-awful dates known to man, so they'd go literally crawling back to their ex-boyfriends to take them back, because to show that it's way worse out there, so go back to your boyfriend that you dumped. And these guys would pay him to do that, and he was great at it. And there's a scene at the beginning of the movie where he did that. That's how it starts. And this guy says, basically you're the master. And he says, to make them run, to make women run away from him, he makes them think that he's shit. To make them come, to make them be drawn to him, he makes them think that they're shit. Translation: bad boys, by not validating them, make them chase the guy's validation. Often they make them feel like they're shit. It's crazy, it's screwed up, but it's dead on. So if you want a good laugh and see a movie, if you ever have a chance to watch that movie, just watch it. It's really hilarious, and it's dead on. Anyhow, the second he shows he doesn't want or appreciate you is the second he no longer deserves you. Simple as. So please, wait for the guy who actually gives an F about you. Anyone less is simply a waste of your damn time. Yep, like I said, she's been burned. But anyhow, guys, it's a quick article, but it's nice to do refreshers every now and again and from different sources, just to remind you, because I know I have plenty of you guys who watch me here definitely do date and relationships and pick up and all that stuff like that. So these are good things to know, okay? Again, I didn't design women. Don't blame me, okay? Blame Mother Nature or God, whoever, okay? It's not my fault. I'm just telling you how it is. And many of you guys know this. Many of you guys have experienced this in one way or another, and this is just, just a refreshing, just to let you know and point out. And also, by the way, don't ever take advice from women, because right there, if a guy was listening to this and he would go do all these things that she'd say, guess what? His ass would be in the friend zone, or he'd be in a relationship with a girl who's just, she'd be bored, probably wouldn't treat him too great. She may not treat him badly, but she certainly wouldn't treat him great. Okay? And you don't want that, guys. If you're going to do relationships, you want a woman that's going to treat you great, to see you as the prize, to see you as the king, not just tolerate you because she feels like she's, the biological clock is ticking and she's got to get a guy and it's better than being alone. You don't want that. You want a girl that really sees you as a prize, as a great thing, and treats you that way. So don't behave like that. And unfortunately, I'm not saying go out and act like the bad boys, but certainly don't act like the nice guys. You can find your happy medium there. But anyhow, that was an entertaining thing to read. And again, like I said, they don't get it. So, all right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.